Hey, welcome back to Steve Horvath Fishing. Want to catch bigger fish? Consistently catch bigger fish. Well, I've got some suggestions for you. Let's assume that you're out on a lake, river, pond, wherever you're at, and you're catching some fish. Small ones, dinks, line burners, whatever you want to call them. Guppies. Got a friend who calls them guppies. What do you do? Well, suppose you're out there fishing a shaky head. Probably going to either go through a lot of fish before you catch a bigger one, or you're going to not catch a bigger one if you stay with a shaky head. So my suggestion is move up to a finesse jig. Still a small bait, it'll still get you some bites, but to be honest, a lot of times when you're looking for big fish, you need to exclude bites from smaller fish. Now, you're out there getting bites on a finesse jig. Cool. But there's bigger fish to be had. Move up to a full-size jig. The jig overall isn't that much larger, but it's bulkier and has a larger profile, and it should exclude some of those smaller fish. This is great on those nights when you're doing like an after-work tournament for biggest fish, or you're fishing for $5 with your buddy for biggest fish. Hey, I'll take any advantage I can get. Say you're fishing a swim jig, the little 3.5 or 3.8 Keitech on the back. Bigger bites, move to the 4.8. Or, again, exclude most of the small bites and move up to something like the Mag Draft. How about if you're out cranking? Everybody's throwing a 1.5. Now, 1.5 isn't like really a trademark, it's basically a size, okay? So what if you're out there catching them on a 1.5? Yeah, you can continue to go through a whole bunch of fish. Or you can move up to a 2.5 or a 2. Either one's fine. But again, bigger version of the same bait. I love topwater fishing. One of the best baits to get a lot of bites on a topwater is a Super Spook Junior. It just fits into that size range where everything wants to eat it. Again, we can upsize to the regular spook or the Super Spook. And the other thing is, the Super Spook cast a mile if you need to. But here's a real winner. Everybody loves the Wacky Rig. I love the Wacky Rig. I want you to look at the difference of two things. This is a 5-inch Senko. That's a 6-inch Senko. Aside from an inch, there's a pretty big difference between these two baits. Again, upsizing. But the key to this is, a lot of times you need to exclude some fish from eating, because a lot of times the smaller fish will run in and grab a bait, especially if there's a bunch of fish, before a big fish will. Maybe they're naturally more selective, or maybe they're naturally a little more cautious. But take advantage of it by using a bigger bait. Hey, for Steve Horvath Fishing, I'm Steve.